Perfect, my friend. Yep, anyone has any doubts? So to check the date, you're gonna simply use date and dat. That's a command.
Okay, so
Now I want you to find the date, today's date, in that using the terminal. Perfect. Hey, nice. It's an Eastern Standard Time that you are in. And Eastern Standard Time 2024 4:59. It means that you are somewhere I don't even know. But apart from that, how are you going to create a file?
creating file.
Yep.
There are a lot of methods like we can do touch and
Use touch.
yeah, okay, file. And I mean, if we want to create 5 files
Perfect.
.txt ls.
So he created 5 files,
So
and that's good. And apart from that, how are you going to concatenate file 1, file 2, file 3, and file 4 and file 5? So just simply like cat combine those files, cat concatenating files and outputs. So
uh,
what is the meaning of
what do you
concatenate? So use cat
to combine
file1 .txt, file2 .txt. Try that. .txt.
file1.txt file 2
Then
like that.
yep, that's it. File2 .txt. And now
Okay, so
click enter.
nothing, there's nothing in
No,
these files.
type ls.
Should I put some content in them?
Mm, yep. You can put some content like in the file one. Put some content that anything echo anything to the file one, and use
.txt
double and operator, and use the same command to
or semicolon.
does works. It works. Can you tell in Telugu, bro? No, this is what should be handled
Anything.
in English.
uh,
And check it over there, the file two.
Is it okay?
Yep, click enter. Now,
Now get again.
yep,
Anything too. So we get it both files together. We can.
yeah, you can do that. That's what I'm telling.
Hmm.
And now, how do you get the type of a separate file? For example, create a zip file forward.
Zip. If I
Zip
guess
file 1 and file 2, yep. File2.txt. Yep, that's good. And give it an output as something.
that's what's the thing? Zip file structure in value.
So try gz dash f, and then you can actually like give it as an output. Or else you have to like give an output greater than. Click enter.
Is it okay?
Try. If it works out, it works out. Yep. Now check what's the output. And file1.txt.gz. It zipped those both. Yep.
Hmm. Okay.
So
gzip hyphen f4 file.
yep. So how are you going to check the file type? Like for example, you want to check the file1.txt.gz. How are you going to check that?
Bro, should we show them first that how to unzip them?
No, we can show them later, but first we are doing something. Do that. Then we
Okay.
can show that. Okay.
Okay, what I have to do?
You need to show them the file type. For example, lnk file av.lnk. So what is the type of that file? Like for example, av.lnk.
Like this.
Dude, there is a file called av.lnk. Can you show me the file type of that?
Ah, okay, I guess we can do through this. Right. This is empty.
Yeah, it's an empty file. And check the file type of file1.txt.gz.
Okay.
Can you increase the size of your terminal? It's a compressed
Okay.
data file and it has a file1.txt and it also tells when it was lost modified as well. Okay, so that's how it goes. So for example, okay, how do you zip a file? Zipping the files. How are you going to zip a file?
We already done that. Zipping a file.
Yep, now how are you going to unzip that? What are the unzippers or like what are the zippers we have in a file? Kumar sir, yes, you raised your hand. That's good. Let us see where and try giving an output to a certain directory. So use the greater than command. Okay. And now use the greater than command
Uh,
and give an output to a certain
uh,
directory.
okay, desktop.
Um Desktop, yep. Go to the desktop and check if you actually
Okay,
have
so
that
that.
file within there.
Okay.
No, you don't have anything on
Uh,
the desktop. What did you do, my friend?
it's a okay. So when zip, I guess everything is okay.
It's a directory desktop. But you need to give it an output as a file, brother. Desktop slash and a certain file name. You're forgetting the file
Okay.
name. Yeah, click enter.
Any name. Okay.
Yeah, click enter.
Hmm.
Now go to any name.
LS desktop.
Perfect. There is
Okay.
any name at the beginning, at the first, very first, to your left. Yep. So that's how you're gonna zip and unzip, and you're gonna give an output to a certain directory. Apart from that, so
Hmm.
how are you gonna move files, like move and copy?
MV any name. Slash home slash Kali again. Cannot state any name.
So you know how to like fix that issue. MV, type MV, give space, type
Hyphen F.
ENVY. It's up to you. But yeah, you can do that. That works out. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, doesn't.
Okay.
And
No, your method.
you need to give an output as a file, brother. I'm just kidding.
So any idea in your mind?
So see what is any name. Check the file type.
Five. No such. Oh, sorry. We were. I just LS, so that's why I guess.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You need to know. You need to give the path. You need to give the path, my friend. Yep. See.
Okay. Path or we should be in the path. Is it okay?
Yep. You're in the
Hmm.
path now. Now go to desktop and yep. That's how you're gonna move a file. Now, how are you gonna delete that file? Delete
R
file5.txt.
RL.
five.
Perfect. Now see if that file is present or not.
No.
Good job on your achievement. Now, Go to Wikipedia. Open Wikipedia. I'll tell you something interesting. And copy the contents. Just type in something like forward.
Wikipedia.
Yep. Open it up and copy the copy the whole thing. Like for example, let's go copy the type in something like, bro. Go to Wikipedia, bro. Why are you being an idiot? Go to Wikipedia.
Okay. Okay.
Type forward. Let us see what we're gonna get. Forward Khan
Should
actor.
we
Yep.
show this?
Now, bro, let's go to the actor and model. Fawad Ahmad,
Okay.
Pakistani Australian cricketer. Let's go. Yep, copy stuff like copy the 3 paragraphs.
Is,
Perfect.
is it
Copy
okay?
that. Yep. And now create a file. And now
Yeah.
send it to file1.txt. Type echo.
File one dot. Okay. Control Shift V and file one dot txt.
Perfect.
I guess I have done mistake.
Yeah, you done a big mistake. You know that.
Spaces.
No.
No idea.
Open file1.txt. Yep. That's the thing, brother. Do it.
Greater than.
Enter.
So
See?
now get
The
file
main
one.
reason why we use double quotes instead of single quote is because see, sometimes you have like commas and other stuff, okay, that actually like mess up the operation. And there are like single quotes here, like if you see in the first line like entities padigram with the shows, after W there is a quote again as S. If you see there's like a single quote like in a lot of places over there, single quote on top. You're starting with a single quote and you're ending with a single quote, but within this paragraph you have like you have like other single quotes as well, so it's the reason it did not work out. So sometimes when you're like copying like a paragraph or anything, just add double quotes. And now check that file. I'll tell you something from there what you can do with the file.
Bro, what if are double quotes inside this?
Give more
So
double
will
quotes.
double quotes then
Give
we
4
have to
quotes.
give the time. Okay, got it. Okay, so
So we
get
got
file one. This is file two content. We have
perfect.
just unpacking.
Now what are you gonna do
Bro,
is,
the
yes, Fukan.
uh, echo command just copies it from copies the text to file.
No, you can
The
actually use echo
redirects,
to make a
bro.
lot of things. Like you can actually use echo to like print something. You can actually use echo to like pass a string. You can actually use echo to like do a lot of things. Like for example, you can actually use echo in bash scripting as well. So something like that. Echo Fukan. It's going to
Okay.
give you like an output. It's just like a printf, but it works in a much different way. It's a binary,
Okay.
Mm.
And
so
the greater than symbol,
greater than
we have
is
to
the
keep a,
one.
a
It's an
space.
doesn't matter. Like it depends on the situation as well. Like mostly you need to give a space when they're in
Okay.
between the input and output. Most of the times you need to give a space. So usually, like forward, if you use
Mhm.
double greater than, what's gonna happen?
What? Double? Yeah, it will append. Let me show them. Echo hello. Hello. See, by using single redirect, it will vanish the previous text. But if you guys don't want to vanish it, then
Use the double.
yeah, hello too. Now it will don't remove the first hello. See, get file one txt.
It's
See,
gonna
this one
add it
involves
in a
the
new
previous.
line. So yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
write the output in a new
append,
line. It's gonna like
appended it.
attach it exactly. Good job, man. Now, how are you gonna copy the files? After this, I'm gonna like teach you about IO redirection, like input output redirection.
CP command, right?
Yeah, perfect, easy, copy. After that,
Okay,
I'll be
so
like,
any path like slash home. So cd slash home. Yeah, we can also do that like ls slash home slash file one dot txt. So it listed it without any error. So our file has been copy pasted successfully.
perfect. So now, Fawad,
Hmm.
so what are stdin? What is stdin? Stdin, std, vout, stderr.
These are standard inputs and outputs, but I don't
Stderr
study
is
these.
a standard error. Okay. So how are you gonna do
Yeah.
the input output handling? So most of you guys might have heard of like two greater than slash dev slash null. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you like something interesting with that. Okay. Forward right now.
Hmm.
Um, type in a command. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so usually like how can I type you? How can I tell you? But before that, before we start, I'm gonna show you something interesting. Type in env. What does env means?
Environment variables.
And type in echo dollar name,
$, no.
capital name.
Okay. Okay.
Output it actually outputs the value of the dollar name variable. But now type dollar path. Perfect. And now you can see this is a environmental variable path. So so here can you like control plus? I'll tell you something interesting about this. So for example, okay, um, if we take the Linux folder structure, for example, Linux folder structure. Okay, if you go to the top level directory, can you open your directories, the file system? Can you open up a folder in Linux?
This one, cd slash or Kali folder.
Open ls, type ls.
Okay.
Now, if you see here, okay, you have like a certain types of folders. But if you check the dollar path, for example, if you want to run any executables or any binaries, so the very first place it's going to search is in the user local and sbin, and then it's going to see if there is any binary in there, and then it's going to go to the user local bin. For example, there is a binary called as ls. Okay, so I'll create a binary called as ls, and for wait, please be patient. Please be
Okay.
patient.
Okay.
So for
Okay.
example, go to user local and bin, user local slash bin, cd user local bin. Okay, now for I want you to create a binary called as ls. To create that binary, what I want you to do is okay. So
Should I do
nano ls, yep. Create nano ls, and in the ls type in something like forward.
eco forward
Yeah, echo
or only
forward.
forward?
Yeah, echo forward. Yeah, that would do. That would do. And
And
control s, save it. And control X. I'll
control
teach you
S,
something
control
interesting now.
X.
So this is one of the
Hmm.
thing you guys will be like learning down the line, but now this is a most important thing how to do path manipulations and all. Now give it an executable permission. Okay, so the binary is in slash bin. Okay, ls.la. So but I want I want ls to be executed here. How are you going to do that forward? How are you, I want output as a forward dot slash ls.
Pretty
But
good forward.
but still, even though there is something called as ls here, okay, But if you type ls, why is it showing all the things instead of like giving me an output as forward? Can anyone tell me that? Okay. So the main reason it
Can
is
you repeat
working
the
in that
question?
way, the main reason it's working in that way is because see, in the SBIN itself, okay, there is a thing called as ls previously, and also it's going to follow the order from left to right. Okay, if they in the SBIN you have all the binaries, and also in bin as well you have like certain binaries. So that's how it works. Like, for example, if you create something, if you change the ls binary within the SBIN, it means that every time you type in ls, it's going to show a different thing instead of the normal ls function what it needs to be done. So this thing is actually called as like binary manipulation or binary exploitation. So as an ethical hacker or like a pen tester, you'll be like finding the weaknesses in binary using the path here. Like this is a path. So using this structure, you can find out the weaknesses in a system and you can actually exploit them, and also you can use them to manipulate or to gain like root access or like do a bit of privilege escalations. So those things you can do like down the line, but right now this is one of the simple example like how it exactly works, like manipulating the path. And also like how to list out the home directory. My friend Fawad, how are you going to do that?
Bro, can we also use PWD?
Yeah, pwd, yep, pwd, try pwd, it shows the current directory.
Current path.
Okay, then what's the difference between PWD and echo dollar path?
That's a different story. Type in echo dollar path.
Already
So
typed, bro.
PWD actually shows the current directory. Echo dollar path doesn't show you the current directory. It's going to show you the path in which the binaries are in an order, like in which the binaries are being taken as an executable. So it's going to search for the executable search path. It's going to actually show that.
Oh,
It's a path where it's going to like search. It's like an order, like where everything needs to be executed. Okay. For example,
okay.
for example, you create something called as um, forward in a binary called as forward. Okay, you're going to create forward binary in user local bin, and also the other forward binary in sbin. Okay, what is the very first one it's going to execute? The one in sbin, not the one in the bin. So that's the path. Okay, so that's
Okay.
how it works.
Yeah, I got it.
And usually like does anyone know about the input output redirection?
No.
Now forward actually appended a file to something. It means that he appended an output file there. Like for example, forward, can you create a file? Go back to your previous desktop. Go back to, sorry, not your previous desktop. Go back to your desktop.
Here or desktop?
Desktop itself, brother.
Okay. Should I clear terminal?
Yep. So these are all the basics. But right now, okay, I want you to like create a file. Now, does anyone know how to like how to read the file permission? So usually, what kind of permissions does a file have? Read, write, and execute. Okay. So Fawad, can you like show me the file permissions? Yep, control plus plus. So what are the first three there? Is that the user, group? What exactly is that?
Um, this one.
No, no, the first three. See, um,
First three owner user who created these files.
okay.
On a group or other users,
Owner,
number three.
group, other
Yeah,
users. Perfect. So,
yeah.
how are we gonna change the file permissions? For example, I want to give an executable permission. Okay, I want to give create a file for. We'll just play around for a while. Okay, we'll just play around.
Okay, so file should be created as root or Kali.
Create
Root
it as
is okay.
a normal, just a idiot, normal idiot, like a Kali, not as root.
Okay, fetch file
Touch file.
ls. Yeah, ls-l file for permissions.
So the very first dash, it means that he has like read write permissions, okay? Read write permissions, but and the very first dash it represents like the file type, and also it doesn't mean that like instead of dash if there is something called as a D, it means that it's a directory. Fawad, can you create a directory in the same folder as well?
Okay. mkdir dl directory. Any name.
Directory, yeah.
So
Now type in
ls-l.
ls-la instead of L. Type in ls-la.
Okay. Dash la.
So if you see everything here, okay, for all the directories that are present within this main directory or within this folder, okay. So if you see something called as there is something called to the left called as D. Here D means this specific thing is a directory. Sometimes if you get confused, okay, if this is a directory or file, you can actually use simply ls-la, and then you can like find out, okay, this thing is actually a directory. Easy. So you don't need to worry much about that, okay. So usually, like the very
Sir,
first
what
three permissions, read write executable. Yes, someone is asking doubt.
what L is representing? Like D is representing directory and IPAN is representing as a file. What L is representing
L
there?
means a sticky bit. You'll be like learning about that like slowly. Okay, that is the thing that you'll be like learning down the line. So now I'll tell you what exactly is sticky bit and everything is. Okay, right now do not worry about the sticky bits. We'll talk about that later. So right now, very first thing, let us do a bit of file manipulations. Then we're gonna talk about set user IDs, get user IDs, and then we'll talk about the sticky bits. So how are you gonna change the permissions of a directory or like a folder? Forward, my friend, how are you gonna do that?
What? What
How
I
are you
have to
gonna
do?
change the permissions of a
With the
directory?
help of checkmark.
CHMOD, yep, yep. But instead of changing the permission of directory, I want you to change the permission of the file one. I want you to
Okay, I
give
guess
that file
file.
one an
Okay.
executable permission.
Only executable or anything else?
No, only executable, bro. We don't want too many permissions.
Okay.
Now ls.file1. Okay. But
X.
I want the executable permission, okay, only to the
Hmm.
owner of the file.
Okay. Forgotten that thing.
U is equal
Did
to
you guide
type.
me? Is equal
100.
I mean, we are not
is equal
discussing
to.
about the symbolic mode. We're doing the symbolic mode, but we'll talk about the absolute mode later on. One step at a time, my friend. I don't want to confuse the other people. Yep, type that.
Okay, bro. What?
Type U is equal to X.
Yes.
If it works out, it works out.
U
If it
equals
doesn't
to
work,
X.
yep, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Type it.
Oh, sorry. ls-l file only. So,
So
execute.
what went wrong there? What went wrong? Like check the previous permissions. So user already has executable permissions, but it removed the other two permissions.
Owner. Read write.
I mean the owner, yeah. What about the other guys? So the other guys still have the executable permission. So here,
Yeah.
how are you gonna do that?
So U equals to plus X.
Try that, or else we can do minus as well. So what did it happen? So user already has an executable permission, so it doesn't work like that way. So you can actually do G minus X.
Okay.
Yeah, G
G
means group.
minus X.
Yeah.
Group for group. Okay.
Now check that. See, and
Yeah.
what about the others?
Executable. Other user also has. So O.
Yeah, so you can simply type instead of all of this thing, G plus, okay, G plus O is equal to minus X. You can actually do that, but right now it is done. It is done. Now, how are you gonna do? Okay, for example, now let us talk about this is the absolute mode. I want you to like give read, write, and executable permissions to everyone here.
Read, write, execute permission to everyone.
Yep, in a symbolic mode.
Okay, 775.
Usually, symbolic mode has a limitation. Dude, I'm not asking you to go to absolute mode. We're gonna talk about absolute mode later, my friend. What's wrong with you, my friend?
Sorry. Symbolic, like this. I have forgotten commands.
Type. No, try
Like
it. No, try. See what's gonna happen.
first, so
Click enter.
we will try to remove permissions for we have given. Uh,
Did you understand what does that mean?
New permissions are
You cannot remove everything from a file.
okay. So read, write.
Dun, dun, dun,
No.
dun. Doesn't work out that way. You're actually removing them because that one already has like only read and write. Why are you like removing that shit from this one? But ignore that. Try doing so. Now let's go back to absolute mode. From then we'll be talking about sticky bit, and then we'll be talking about set user IDs. So in absolute mode, okay, everything is like represented in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until the 7. Okay. So usually, like most of you guys doesn't know where to check that. I can actually like send in a drive file. If all, do you have like access to our previous privilege escalation workshop?
Maybe it will be in my email.
Give me a second. I'm gonna actually open that and I'm gonna send you the link to that file notations.
On WhatsApp or here.
For that, I'm actually sending a link. Okay, can you actually open that? I send the link in the staff.
Okay. So,
Can you open that file?
just a second.
Yep, I'm waiting for you like 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After this, you guys will be like practicing a bit of you guys, anyone keen on doing nebula exercises? I'll tell you how to improve your skills, like your files, your skills in practicing command line. You can actually do some challenges from there, so I can like guide you to that. After that, Forward will be explaining a bit about something regarding the new launch today, my dear Forward.
Mm.
Yep, see, so that's one of the file notations here. So did you get what I mean? Like UGO, how are you gonna represent in a symbolic way? Now did you understand? So
Mm.
usually, like if you want to give a certain file, only you want to give the owner. For example, you want to give the owner means the user here. Okay, you want to give the user all the permissions, but the group no permissions. Okay, group no permissions, and others only executable permissions. How are you going to do that? Forward, can you show me? So user with
Okay,
all
so
permissions, group with no permissions, and owner with executable permissions. So if you check the
scale.
symbolic notation, okay, here all the permissions for the owner or the group means like 7. Okay, so the first one will be chmod 7, and then no permissions for the group, which means it's going to be 0, and
0 again.
others executable permission is going to be 701 chmod 701, and give it to the file.
Yeah, for one execute permission.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So current permissions and the ch mode 7 0 for
01,
group. Okay, fine.
and then file. Now let's check the permissions here. If you check here, all the permissions, which means read, write, executable further, owner or the user, and then there are no permissions for the group. You can see all of them are dash, and then we are having one, which means executable permissions for the others. So now I want you to give, okay, read write
Hmm.
permissions to everyone. Read write permissions to everyone. Like, I mean, sorry, read write permissions for this file to everyone.
Read write permissions to everyone. So read number was what was the read number?
Read and write, instead of
So technically,
read write, it's like
Read and
permissions
write
taken.
6. Okay, read write permissions to everyone.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. So this is how the file permissions work. And I want you to give executable permissions to the group. Okay, executable permissions to the group and no permissions to anyone.
Executable permissions and zero permissions for others,
Yep,
for every user.
it's gonna be 010. So that's
Zero
how
one.
you're gonna change files. But here there is something interesting called as dash. Okay, so there is something interesting called as L, S, and G. So what L, S, and G? What do they mean? Like sticky bit, set user IDs. So what are they exactly? So what's a sticky bit? My friends, what's a sticky bit? Can anyone tell me what's a sticky bit? Okay, instead of sticky bit, let's search for something called as a set user ID. So what's a set user ID for?
If we give a set user ID to any executable, then that executable will be run always with the privileges of the file owner user. I mean, if that file is created by root and Kali user has execute permission, so whenever Kali user will execute it, that SUID file will run as root, not as Kali.
How are you gonna make sure that file, okay, how are you gonna make sure that file is gonna run as Kali?
You mean I have to set SUID bit for Kali, not root,
Doesn't
right?
matter, you can actually make sure you can run it in both ways. So you can actually use a pinner command -p to make sure it run as a, so create a file.exe. Okay, file.exe. No,
For
don't create
file,
anything. Don't create any. The exe files doesn't work here. See, just create a file and give it executable permission. You already gave +s. Okay, check the permissions. Check the permissions of the file. ls.la.
file. Sorry, I clicked Control C, didn't give permission. So uh, just as SUID permission.
So what's the meaning of SUID?
Any other user will be, if any other user will be running this file, it will always run as Kali.
Okay, and also, okay, now what's a groups? So set user ID is okay, done. What's a set group ID? For
Set
example, okay,
group
this
ID.
user can run this as Kali. Okay, but what I mean, Kali
Hmm.
is a user, but can Kali run this as root?
Kali Kali run this as root. Yes, cause Kali can do it through sudo, but
You sure? Try SU.
mm, I guess every time it will be running as Kali. If we do sudo, it will be running as root, but privileges will be used of Kali.
Perfect, Gopinath. Sometimes user could create files in temp, but It's not owned by them. That time a sticky bit would be useful to give an extra privilege. Good, good. So what does a sticky bit do now? What's the command to give a sticky bit usually like? So what as a sticky bit does? So for example, okay, there are some directories in Linux, but users do not have access to them. Okay, to get like full access to that particular directory, okay, they need all the permissions like read, write, executable, and all. But for temp, where many users, I mean, for example, what's going to happen is in temp, like everything is like a temporary data, and you don't want anyone interfering with other person's file, like other person's temporary file. Okay, so this is a time like where you're gonna actually use a sticky bit. Okay, I'm gonna give you like 1 minute, bro. You can take a break and you can come back. Bluetooth. What's with your Bluetooth? What happened? This guy needs to go.
Nothing.
So,
Yeah,
for
charging work.
example, the main reason we have a sticky bit is because, see, for example, you don't want another user, okay, to interfere with your files. So then you're gonna actually use a sticky bit. So usually the sticky bit allows the root, directory owner, and the file owner to rename and delete the file. So that's how it's gonna work. So how are you gonna use a sticky bit? Okay, simply plus T and then give it to the particular directory and then it's done. So Fawad, can you give chmod plus T to any other directory?
Okay, mkdir one. So chmod to directory
Yep,
like this.
yep.
LSDIR1. Mm. Bro, I guess it will not list its permission or what?
It's up to you. ls.la ls.la brother, ls.la.
ls-la.
Yep.
Why it's not listing the dir ones?
Now type ls-la. This guy did not understand. Type ls-la. Just type ls-la. That's it. Don't not type dir1, idiot. Type ls-la.
Okay. Got it.
And where is dir1?
I just wanted to list it only this file, but it was not possible.
Yeah, it doesn't like you. I'm just
Mm.
joking, bro. So here, so what does link means? Link, 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 link. Link on a file, the symbolic links. So usually someone in here asked like, what does L mean over there? L read write executable. So if you go there, L RWX, 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 go down a bit. Instead of D, there is something called as L. So what does that L mean?
This one.
Yep. So what does the L mean there?
So hard copy of the file.
It's
Or
I guess
that
like a shortcut we use in Windows.
Who said that? Good job. That's a symbolic linking.
Mm.
So it's basically, and also you can actually manipulate symbolic links to do privilege escalations as well. So there is a pen testing machine called as the Wall. The Wall forward, is that the wall or like is that the wall?
I don't think so
Yeah,
that
it's a
the
wall.
wall
It's a wall. It's a
dot
wall.
it
It's a wall. I think the wall. Yeah. In the machine, the wall.
maybe.
Yeah, we actually used symbolic links in the end to gain access to the file, like to do privilege escalations to go to the other user.
Yeah, there was a horizontal privilege escalation. We
Yep.
jumped from a lot users.
But there is another one that we did. PWN lab. PWN lab. Anyone remembers PWN lab? So
Yeah,
PWN lab.
I remember
Yep,
it.
yep. That's in there as well. We did a privilege escalation like this. And also, yeah, before we finish this, Is there anything that you guys want to ask in terms with Linux and how to get good at Linux? I can suggest you something. Fawad, can you show them like over the wire? I mean, you can like minimize your Linux. So my
on Google.
guys here, like, you guys want to like get good with Linux, you want to do a bit of CTF practice. So type in over the wire. Sankalp, can you share this thing in all the groups so that the people can come down again? So I have like a huge announcement to make for everyone after this. Sankalp, and invite your friends. I have a huge announcement to make because we are starting a batch 2 and also a new exclusive course.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
here.
Yep. See, if you guys want to get good at Linux, okay, guys, see, simple. You guys can actually practice this. So how are you going to practice that? Simply like you can open your command prompt if you don't want to install Kali Linux or anything. Just open up command prompt. Fawad, can you open up the command prompt for me, my friend?
Okay, CMD.
Yep. And there you can actually connect to the target machine and practice that. So bandit 0 at bandit.labs.over the wire. So that's how we're going to connect to that on port 2220. That's the user, my friend. You know how are you going to screen
CMD.
record on Linux? Do you know that? I found it.
No.
You can actually try that. I'll show you that. And the password is bandit 0. Now
I
bandit
guess.
0
Yeah,
is
yeah.
happening
Got
to
it,
as
got it,
user
got it.
and then at the rate the
Yeah, yeah.
DNS or the
Domain.
the domain or the IP. bandit.labs.overthewire.org. So previously, one idiot, one of my friends, he actually like hacked this whole thing and he's like doing man in the middle attacks on this. So now it was
On
actually
this.
safe. Yeah. Previously, like if you do the over the wire back in 2022, messed up, clean. So click enter. And the password for this one is bandit 0. Yes, click yes. Perfect. Type in bandit 0, then you're connected to the machine and you can practice. You can solve up to like, level 20 here. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, since we need to like announce the task at the end, for those who completes the task, they will be like getting a certification. You will be like given a certification of attendance on this workshop, and you will be given a voucher as well. I mean, for those who attended today's workshop, they will be like getting the voucher, but and also for those who will be like filling the feedback form as well, they'll be like getting a voucher and a discount for the next course. But apart from that, yeah, let's. So that's the thing. These are all the core basics of Linux. If we forgot anything, yeah, can anyone raise their hand? Forward, yeah, you only raise the hand, man. Come on, what's up?
So I want to know about GUID. I mean, I heard about it, but I
So see,
never
how is
researched.
so for example, like set user ID, okay? It is
Mm.
very similar to set user ID, but instead of that,
Yeah,
that's called as a group ID. So here, something similar to the groups. For example, you have like for example, we have like three people, we have like five people here, like Jashwant, Sankalp, Fawad, Sultan, and there is um, Anas. Okay. For example, me, Sultan, and Anas are in a separate group. Okay, and Sankalp is other, Fawad is the owner. So what I would do is, and also out of all that, we are all part of the Sudas group. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and Sankalp, Fawad, and Sultan, us three, we called our group call as something like INSEC. Okay. So what we're gonna do is like, I'm gonna actually give a group, set a group permission to the INSEC. Okay. Set a group ID. For example, I am in Sankalp. Okay, usually you can create the group like that. Previously, I'm in Sankalp user, so Sankalp user is part of the group INSEC. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, I'm gonna set a group user ID. So GID, set a GID, add a GID, which means that, okay, only Sankalp, Jashwant, and Sultan can execute it as root. Us three can do that. For example, if that thing can be set in like Jashwant, for example, then Sankalp and Sultan can also do that because these three are also part of the insect group. So that's how it works. And for example, if Fawad sets a group user ID, it's not gonna work for us three, but only gonna work for Fawad because Fawad is not part of our group. So that's how it works.
Okay.
Anything else, guys? Come on. And also, you guys forgot about something important: process management in Linux. Go back to the command line. I'm gonna actually tell you how to do that.
Okay.
So PS, what does PS do?
Show the
And you want to see the
processes
real-time
information.
process. Dot top. No, Fawad, I'm gonna kill you. Dot top.
Top
Dot
like
top.
this.
Yep, top. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, only top. I guess top processes.
Hey, good job. And kill process ID. So are you gonna kill the process ID? And what's the process ID here? Can you kill 1360, please?
Okay.
Kill 1360. 1360. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Type numbers, bro.
Kill.
So what did he do actually?
Uh, I guess it was my terminal.
Yep.
Terminal was a process.
And how are you gonna kill the process with a name? For example, go to the process PS.
Oh,
Yeah.
process or top?
Just type top. That would be better.
Okay.
Can you increase the screen size, the terminal size? Control plus plus. It works actually.
Control plus not working.
Control shift plus.
Okay, I guess control shift plus will work. Yeah.
So if you want to kill the process with a particular name, so what are you gonna do is like p kill, p kill, p k
Okay.
i l l.
P and the name like this XOR.
Yep, something like that.
P kill collection. Okay. Killing PID. Failed operation not per minute. I guess we have to be root for it.
That's how it works. And
Hmm.
also for those who attended today's workshop, I'm planning to give you a cheat sheet. I'm gonna probably give
Yeah,
you like
process.
a couple of cheat sheets. Um, I'm gonna drop it in the group called as resources, insect resources.
Sir, how to join that group?
Are you in the insect group?
No, sir, I'm not in the group. Just wait a minute.
I mean, this is the most basic workshop we actually took. We usually never take some, big workshops. We usually like mostly do pen testing workshops, and this is the very first basic workshop that we did. If I'm not wrong, Fawad, I think yeah, you know that we never did anything like this. This is just for the people, that
Yeah.
requested us a lot. Yeah. So for today, yeah, can you invite everyone, Sankalp? Again, like, let's wait for everyone to join, and after this, we can actually conclude the session, and then I'm going then have a announcement to make. So you can actually practice all the bandit labs to get good at Linux commands and terminals. Like for example, nano, find, grep. Those are some of the commands that you need to explore. So if you type something called as man, it's gonna actually like show you what you need to do. Like what are the benefits. Like for example, if you want to type man ls, so it's gonna tell you like how to use ls. So something like that. Harsha, can you invite everyone? The other most of the people.
Yes, sir.
Good job, G. And let me screen share now. You guys did really